This lesson is another volume lesson, a volume of cones. So we're looking at shapes like this. We already talked about big BH last time. So the formula right here, 1/3 big BH. The volume of a cone is 1/3 of a cylinder that has the same size circle base. And let's just kind of crank through and let's look at some formulas. So in example 1, we're just kind of finding the formula of the cone or the volume of the cone. So remember the 3 steps. The first thing that we do is we write the formula. The second thing that we do is we plug in our numbers. And the third thing that you do is you get your calculator and you solve. Okay, so we're going to write the formula for the volume of a cone. So it's 1/3 big BH. Well, I'll use the formula for a circle. So it's pi r squared h because it's a circle base. So now I would just plug in what I have. I think this 4, since it shows in the picture, it goes the whole distance. That 4 stands for the diameter. And we talked about if 4 is the diameter, then 2 is going to represent the radius. We did that in the last lesson. So let's plug in 2 for radius. We can still use 3.14 for pi. And the height is 6. Okay, so just play along with me for right now. 1/3 3.14 times 4 times 6. Now, the question comes up, how do you multiply by 1/3? Well, the way that you do it is you treat everything like a fraction. You put everything over 1, and then you just multiply the numerators and you multiply the denominators. So get your calculators powered up. We're going to do 1 times 3.14 times 4 times 6. And so that gives me a numerator of 75.36. Now I'm going to go across the denominators. And I'm going to do 3 times 1 times 1 times 1, which I shouldn't need a calculator for. You just get 3. So then you do 75.36 divided by 3. And so that means that the volume is 25.12. It tells me to round to the nearest tenth. So that's just 25.1. Since we're talking about volume, and volume is a 3-dimensional label, it's going to be cubic meters. All right, let's check out number 2. In number 2, they want us to find the height. And this is just like the other one from the cylinder lesson. The height isn't always going up and down. Just like in the cylinders video, I said if you laid down on the floor, you wouldn't say 7 inches tall. You would still have your same height. So the height is this number going across right here, which we don't know. So we'll leave it as an H. This number is the radius. So you see they only show me half. So that's going to be 9. And they tell me that the volume is 956. The formula is 1/3 pi r squared height. And you plug in what you know. So 956 is the volume. 1/3 says 1/3. Pi is 3.14. The radius is 9. And the height we don't know. Now, people will want to change 1/3 to 0.33333. But the issue is that it will round it in your calculator. And if your teacher is asking you to get the number, then you want to be as precise as possible. So leave it as 1/3 and just use my technique, which we'll get to in a moment. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to simplify all of this stuff right here. So I'm going to do 956 equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 81 times h. So now I'm going to do this in my calculator. I'm going to just multiply 1/3 times 3.14 times 81. So the way that you do that I just taught you is you do 1 times 3.14 times 81. And you get 254.34. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. H. I'm just going to simplify this fraction. 254.34 divided by 3 is 84.78. And now you should know the last step is just divide by 84.78. So 956 divided by 84.78 is 11.276. It says to round to the nearest tenth, so that's going to be here. So it's going to be 11.3. It's not cubic feet because it's not volume. It's just going to be regular feet. Number 3, we're going to do the same steps, write the formula, plug in our numbers, and solve. So the formula is V equals pi r squared h. Oh, 1/3, sorry, oops. So let's plug in what we know. We know that the V is 80. Pi we can put as 3.14. The radius, oh, I don't know the radius. Right here, I see they put an R. And the height is 9. So, same steps. I'm going to do 1/3 times 3.14 times 9. So, put everything over 1. You do 1 times 3.14 times 9. You get 28.26. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. I'm just going to simplify that fraction. 28.26 divided by 3 is 9.42. So that's where I am. And then the last step is to divide by 9.42. I get like 8.49 something. So let's see. So, oh, I ran out of space. So it's 8.49 equals r squared. Now in order to finish this up, I have to square root both sides. So let me just do the square root of that number. And I get, okay, so to the nearest tenth, I get 2.9. And radius is not a three-dimensional label, so it's just inches. You must answer a trivia question before the sand in the timer falls to the bottom. Each second, 50 cubic millimeters of sand fall. How much time do you have to answer the question? So every second that passes, we've got 50 cubic millimeters of sand going down. I just have to figure out how much sand I have, and then I can figure out how many seconds I have. So step 1 is to use the formula for the volume of a cone to find the volume of the sand. So V equals 1/3 pi r squared height. The radius is 10. The height is 24. Don't be tricked. It's not the height of the whole thing. It's the height of the sand. And the 30 is the diameter of the, measuring device. 10 is the radius of the sand. So I don't want the volume of the whole thing. I just want the volume of the sand, because that's all I really care about. So let me do it. It's V equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 100 times 24. So I'm just going to put everything over 1, crank that through on the calculator. 1 times 3.14 times 100 times 24 is 7,536 over 3. So that gives me a volume of 2,512 cubic, cubic millimeters. Now step 2 is to use a proportion to figure out how many seconds that means. So 1 second is 50 cubic millimeters. So how many seconds is 2,512 cubic millimeters? And again, I don't need the labels when I do my math. Let's wrap this up. So I get 50x equals 2,512. Divide by 50. Is like 50 seconds. All right, so I have 50 seconds to answer the question. All right, if you have any questions, write them down and ask me when you talk to me next.